I'm in a different country. I don't even know if they speak English here, but I'm gonna find out. Hello.
Appointments next week, right?
Hello, kind sir. Do you speak English?
No.
It all just looks so super sexy. Okay, so hey, I'm Will from Venture to Rome, and I am back in the wonderful country of Canada. I'm up visiting our brothers to the north because today I am at Epic Adventure Outfitters, and we are doing some massive upgrades to the Jeep Gladiator Mojave, also known as Trip. We're going to be cutting things off, putting new things on. It's gonna be pretty awesome. So let's go meet the guys and talk about what the project's gonna be for today. Well, looky.
Oh my
it's
God.
Christian, Paul, and Sean. What a coincidence running into you guys here.
Sean works here. Hey, Pickle Rick's here too, so.
Oh, hey, Pickle Rick. So Paul, I'm back at Epic.
You're here.
And we're working on the Gladiator this time.
You are.
And it's kind of a big job. It's much bigger than the job we did last time.
Yeah, we're cutting stuff off this time.
I'm putting on the Metalcloak 3.5-inch 4-link bolt-on long arm suspension and lift. That's right, we're putting long arms on the front and the back. Because the Gladiator is more of a desert runner build, I'm looking at making the ride as smooth as possible. And the geometry of the long arms keep the tire centered in the wheel well even during big bumps and whoops. However, even though it's called a bolt-on kit, there's a lot more to it than that.
It's just like putting together like an IKEA dresser, right?
Oh yeah. The instructions are about the same.
Oh, it's no big deal.
Should I be trusting you guys to do that?
Oh yeah, we're totally fine. We're not hacking apart things in the wrong way.
We have no problems cutting off stuff of vehicles we don't own. At the end of the day, my vehicle will still drive.
And that's why you should come to Epic Adventure Outfitters. So one of the things that gives me heartburn about this project is that we're cutting things off the Jeep that will never go back on. Like, we're making permanent changes to the frame. And so let's go check in with Mike and see what he's cutting at the moment. So Mike, this is looking pretty good, man. What have you done so far?
So we had the brackets that were right here. The lower one for the lower arm and the upper one for the upper arm. We had to, for the new bracket that's going in that will be sitting back here a little bit more for the long arm kit for the Metalcloak, these brackets have to come out because they interfere with the long arms. So we've cut it all out, ground it all down, cleaned it all out, painted it. We've done both sides now, so they're all ready to go.
So you're gonna do front first, then do the back?
Yeah, so we'll get this all finished. I'll get all the brackets in, get everything done. I'll finish the whole front suspension, so that way this is all complete. Because when I move to the back, if you look right here, you can see that the gas tank gets in the way of where this bracket is. So this bracket needs to come out. So I'll have to end up dropping the tank, removing it, and putting it away so it's nowhere near us so that we can do some grinding. And then we'll end up cutting this bracket out. You can see it better on this side. This whole piece will come out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little bit of work. It's a little more in the back than the front because you got to, of course, remove the tank.
Right.
But once we get that all sorted out, it's just cutting and grinding and having some fun.
So this is the Metalcloak cross.
What gave it away?
Yeah, I don't know. The shape?
I was going to say it was because you could tell the weight, but no. I think it's the zinc-coated gold.
There is something that's different, yeah, clearly. Also,
it's over twice as thick.
So here's stock thickness. Here's Metalcloak thickness. It is a lot more beefy than the stock, which is good because we're going to run this thing hard.
Metalcloak parts you put on, the less you have to pay attention to how you drive or even be good at it.
That's really important for me, both of those. Paying attention and being good at things. One of the many reasons to take a Mojave and turn it into kind of a high-speed desert runner is because it comes with hydraulic bump stops in the front already. So what you're seeing here is the Mopar hydraulic bump stop, which is great. So you already have that, so when you're hitting those whoops, you have a smoother ride. The other thing is this spring from Metalcloak is very different than the spring that came with it. Now, Mojave's come with like a very small
lift, like maybe a 1/4 inch or an inch in the front. What you're seeing here is a massive difference between the new springs going in and the springs that were stock on the Mojave. These are dual rate coils, so they're gonna have the stiffness you need on road, but they're gonna flex and droop way down when you need to and be soft when you're off-road. And so I'm just looking at the difference here, and I cannot wait to get this thing off-road and experience the difference, but it's pretty big. It also gives a lot more travel just for the tire to come up in the wheel well and come down. And so I'm gonna gain a lot of functionality in terms of going off-road, because what I had before is just stock setup with 37-inch tires, which does work. You can do it, but it's not great if you're gonna do anything serious off-road. Okay, we have the front components are almost done. Maybe just the drive shaft to put on, but it looks like all the blingy bling gold stuff on the front is in. And so let's go take a look at that, and then I'll tell you what's gonna happen on the back. Okay, here we are underneath Trip here. You can see we've got these super long, super beefy lower control arms, and then the upper control arms. And these are all connected to brand new brackets that have gone in. Remember, we shaved off the old tabs. Now we've got these new brackets, a new cross member. And then up front, we have a new steering stabilizer, pitman arm, track bar, and what's this one down on the front called? Tie rod. A tie rod, I knew that, okay. I also have these Apex designed quick release sway bar connectors, and these are just long enough. This is the 10.5-inch version. I bought them long because I knew I was gonna put a lift on this when I got these. And they're great because it's just, you just turn the knob and it disconnects the sway bar, turn it back and it connects. But it's just barely long enough. I think I might actually lose a little bit of flex, maybe an inch of flex if I keep these on. So I might look at getting a new sway bar disconnect system when this is all done, but I'll drive it first and see how I like it.
With the front done, Mike went to work on removing the gas tank to avoid any explosions while grinding the rear brackets on.
So here are the very sad remains of parts of my Jeep that have been shaved off. So we might have to take those out and bury them in the backyard. Although I hear if you put them in milk and keep them on ice, you can take them back to the doctor and have them reattached, and everything will be just fine.
Okay, so I think we're just about to wrap up for the day. On the driver's side, we got the whole rear bracket off. Mike got that all off, and he smoothed it out a little bit. I think tomorrow I'll probably grind it down, paint it, make it, look good as new. On the passenger side, he hasn't quite got the brackets off yet, but he got a really good start. So my guess is tomorrow he's gonna come in, finish this up, get those new brackets on, the control arms and springs, and then hopefully the black shocks come tomorrow. Starting to look good, starting to get really exciting, but we're gonna break for today. See you tomorrow. All right, I'm so excited because the delivery drivers just dropped off these 2 boxes, and inside of those 2 boxes are the new Metalcloak black shocks. So we're gonna open them up here and take a look. Oh, wow. This looks like a legit shock. Look at this thing.
This is like the shock Batman would have.
Meet the Metalcloak Rocksport Black Shocks, a long travel 2.5-inch diameter remote reservoir shock system. They have 8 adjustable compression settings on the front and back, hardened oversized shafts, parabolic valving, and a military grade hard anodized black finish. These shocks give both flex for rocks and the dampening you need at higher speeds off-road, and they are the perfect choice for this build.
Are you done cutting?
I am done cutting.
Wow.
I have finished with cutting off both of the hangers now, and I'm just doing some touch-up paint and getting it looking nice and pretty for you,
So this is a really good example of why you should take your vehicle to a place like Epic Adventure Outfitters, because they pay attention to detail, which is so important when you're changing the suspension or anything else, but the suspension is arguably one of the most important things on your vehicle. And so some shops would shave off the brackets, they would just slap on the new ones, they'd get it out the door because they've got somebody else waiting to come in. But at a shop like Epic Adventure Outfitters, they're gonna do it right. Like Mike knows these vehicles like the back of his hand.
He took off the old bracket, took off all the metal, so it looks like it was never there to begin with. He smoothed it out, he painted it so there's no rust before he even thought about going to the next step, which is putting the new brackets on. And so that's why you don't mess around with subpar shops when you're doing work on your vehicle. So we are just about to put the new brackets on, and look at these beef monsters. Oh my God, they look so beefy. Look how thick that metal is. And they're going on the outside of the frame because the gas tank's on the inside. And so that means that I get a little extra bling happening on the outside of my truck, which I am definitely okay with. All right, I just want to take a second to show you two things. One is the length of these control arms. So this is the stock control arm, and you can see it's almost double the length. So the amount of change that we're putting into the geometry of the suspension is huge. The other thing that I wanted to show you is that these Metalcloak control arms are made with Duraflex bushings, which is proprietary to Metalcloak. And they're made with, I don't know, super special stuff that gives them this crazy flex. Like this lateral flex, no other company out there even comes close to this. So you can see the amount of flex laterally, side to side, these things have is unbelievable. It's 30 degrees of flex laterally, which is significantly more than anything else on the market. So this gives you the ability when you're going over the whoops and the rocks and things to keep your tires in contact with the dirt. Even when you get some bumps that are throwing your tires at angles and things, these can flex both ways here, up to 30 degrees, I believe. And it's just, I've just never seen anything like it. So as Mike is finishing up the last touches on this build, I thought it'd be a good time to talk about how easy it is to come up here from the US. So I'm in Idaho. It's like driving to Seattle for me because it's really close to the border. Going through the border is really easy. The border agents were really friendly. I just passed right through. It's an easy place to find. And so like getting here is pretty easy even if you live in the US. The other thing that's worth considering is that the US dollar is stronger in Canada. So your dollar actually goes farther. So prices are the same except for it actually costs you a little bit less because of the exchange rate. So accessibility coming from the US and cost are two reasons that I think you might consider coming up here even if you live in the US. Here is the rear control arm, lower control arm, which is so long. These are almost double the length of the stock. And so that is gonna give me a ton more travel. We've got, on the back, we've got the overland springs, so they're 1 inch higher and they're rated for more weight because I am gonna load this thing up with the tent. It's always gonna have stuff in the back, so it's probably gonna be raked a little bit when there's nothing in the back, but when I load it down, it'll be level. The Metalcloak track bar bracket and the rear track bar, sway bar links. And then one of the things that's really cool about this setup are the Metalcloak black shocks. I mean, they do, Christian said it, they do look like shocks from the Batmobile. But the really cool thing about this is they're bigger, they're beefier, they have more travel, more flex. They have, right here you have 8 different settings that you can adjust it to. And so, I can't wait to get in there and play around with getting these all set up for driving like just the way I like it off-road versus just the way I like it on-road. That's gonna be a ton of fun. So that's all the components that have gone on so far. Now we're gonna put it down on tires and drop it down and make some final adjustments. Okay, so I just want to point something out. Like when I put these 37s on the stock Mojave suspension, and I had not very much room. Anytime I hit a bump, I felt like I was about to rub. Anytime I put weight on it, it sagged way down. So this difference is huge. And it's a little bit higher in the back here because we put an inch higher spring in the back because we know we're gonna weight it down. But man, oh man, this is how an off-road suspension should look. So now I have lots of wheel travel, lots of room to go fast or slow, go over big or small stuff. Whereas before I had to be really careful. So already, this is a huge improvement. Now we're gonna see just how flexy this thing is. So Mike's got the forklift on it. We're gonna pop it up and see what we got. Dude, thank you so much.
No problem, buddy.
This is
Anytime.
This is such an improvement.
You were right. This is so much easier on bourbon.
That's right. Epic Adventure Outfitters, they do it better on bourbon. If you have a rig and you want it worked on, Epic Adventure Outfitters is the place to take it, so do that.
And you save a ton of money because our dollar is worth nothing.
Yeah, take advantage of the crappy Canadian economy.
Take advantage of Canadians.
Yeah.
Like I've always said that.
Yeah, yeah. So coming from the source right there. Thanks, until next time, I'm Will from Adventure to Rome. Thanks for watching.